My name is Scarlett D and we are doing 7 techniques in 7 days. Today is day 3. On day 1 we did Kapalabhati, day 2 we did the cleansing breath, and today on day 3 we are doing a very soothing and calming breathing technique called Brahma Mudra. In this technique we're going to be combining movement and breath. We're going to be moving our head in 4 different directions. Every time we move out of center, we're going to be exhaling, and every time we move into center, back to the center, we're going to be inhaling. So it's going to look something like this. Exhale, inhale, over to the right, back to center. Exhale, inhale, over to the left, back to center. Exhale, inhale, taking the head up and back, and then back to center. And then exhale, inhale. We're going to be dropping our chin down to the chest and then back to center. So we're going in these 4 different directions, and this practice is going to be activating our vagus nerve. So we're going to be accessing the parasympathetic nervous system, very calming and soothing. And it's also a practice that makes you feel very centered and grounded. Are you ready? So let's do it together. Begin by centering yourself, having a little wiggle. I always like to do this before I start. Maybe giving your shoulders a little shake. You want to make sure that the rest of the body is relaxed as you go through this practice. So shoulders are relaxing down, head is centered. And as you move your chin from right to left, you want to make sure the chin stays parallel to the floor, and you're going to get that nice stretch in the neck, which is going to be activating the vagus nerve. Okay, so head to center to begin. If you feel comfortable, you can close your eyes, or you can just slightly close your eyes. Make sure as you're moving your head in all these directions that the eyes are moving along with the movement. So as you're moving around to the right, the eyes are moving as far around to the right as possible, even though you have your eyes closed. Okay, so you ready? Closing the eyes, head to center. Take a deep breath in, breathing in and out through the nose. And then exhale, taking the head slowly over to the right, as far as it will go. And then inhaling, slowly coming back to center. And then exhaling, slowly over to the left, feeling that stretch in the neck. And then inhaling, back to center. Exhaling, chin lifts up and back. And then inhaling, back to center. And then exhaling, dropping the chin to the chest. And then inhaling, back to center. That's 1 round. Let's keep going. Exhaling, over to the right side, taking the eyes as far around as they can go. And then inhaling slowly, smoothly back to center. Then exhaling, chin goes over towards the left side. And then inhaling back to center. Exhaling, lifting the chin up and back. And then inhaling back to center. And then exhaling, chin goes to the chest. And then inhaling back to center. Keep going. Exhaling over to the right side, keeping the movement steady and smooth. And then inhaling, slowly coming back to center. Exhaling over to the left side. And then inhaling back to center. Exhaling, the head goes up and back. Inhaling back to center. You might hear a few cracks here and there. And then exhaling, chin to the chest. And then inhaling back to center. Let's keep going. A few more rounds. Exhaling over to the right side. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling over to the left side. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, lifting the head up and back. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling, chin to chest. And inhaling back to center. One more time. Exhaling over to the right side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling over to the left side. Inhaling to center. Exhaling up and back. Inhaling to center. And exhaling chin to the chest. Inhaling to center. And then just coming into stillness. The body is relaxed, feeling more centered and grounded. Just noticing any sensations and observe the quality of your breath. Hopefully after these few rounds you're feeling more relaxed, more calm, more centered, more grounded. That's the power of the breath. And especially when you include it with this gentle movement of the head where you're activating the vagus nerve. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe. Tomorrow we have a new technique. And remember, as we go through these 7 days, we're building up a practice. So on the 7th day, we'll do a final technique, and then we'll put all these practices that we've been doing into one final practice. So the whole point of these breathwork techniques is that you have tools to self-regulate. And you can start to build your own practice according to what's going on inside you every single day. And that's going to vary. And that means you can pick one practice one day, another practice another day, combine 3 techniques one day, 2 techniques another day. So you start to really use these breathing techniques according to what's going on inside you every single day. And that's your power. Remember, your breath is your power. Be empowered by doing these breathing practices. I'll see you for day 4